Okay, quick video Sid just to show you about loadouts and stuff like that. So we're in the game. A couple of things in the game. This is the garage. So middle click on the middle mouse button, open your garage. Shows you what cars and stuff you have stored in here. We've got nothing at the minute. This thing here is an Arma crate called an arsenal. So middle click again and you can do various things with the arsenal. So what I'm going to do is go to the arsenal first, and it opens up this window which the camera view is from behind me kind of thing. So I'm looking into my arsenal like that. It's not a great UI for doing this, but I'll leave it like that. So on the left we have all these buttons: rifles, launchers, handguns, uniforms, vests, backpack, headgear, blah blah blah, all the way down to the bottom. And it's kind of related to what you're carrying. Okay. So what I want to do is give myself some items. So first of all, if it's white, it means you've got something in that slot. If it's red, there's nothing in the slot. So we don't have much to start with. So I'm going to look at communications, and we have no items. So don't worry about communications. I'm going to click on terminal, and we don't have any terminals. So don't worry about terminals. Click on map, and it's already white. It knows I've got a map in there. These figures here, this is the like my bias sign for you've got unlimited numbers of these. So when you see that, it means you've got unlimited numbers. So we've got unlimited numbers as maps, compasses and watches at all times. So I'm going to click on binoculars, which is red, and it says binoculars there. So I'm going to left click binoculars, and that has actually automatically equipped binoculars into my slot. I'll go to NVGs. We don't have any NVGs. Okay, face wear. Let's put some glasses on. Balaclavas. So you can scroll up and down, and you'll see a number of these items that you can put on. Notice these are all unlimited, so you can help yourself. This icon at the side means they only come with various add-ons that have been purchased in the game, so you might not see as many as I see. So for my face, I'm going to put on a pair of shades. I'll have some blue shades. There we go. So you can see on my character, it's already put the blue shades on. Okay. Next thing, headgear. What can we use for headgear? Let's have a look. There's not much to start. I think I'll go for a boonie hat. There we go. When I've clicked on the boonie hat as well, it gives you in the bottom right hand corner some stuff about it: the ballistic protection, explosive protection, how heavy it is, and how much load it can carry. So we can look and compare different types of hats against like helmets and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. So for now, I'm just going to start out with a standard boonie hat. Alright, backpack next. I've got a number of backpacks, and if I click on the top one, assault, which we've got unlimited numbers of, assault pack coyote, it tells you its load, so how much stuff you can put in it, and also how much it weighs itself. So I'm looking at each backpack and comparing the figures to find out what's probably best for me. So the field pack is slightly more load but slightly heavier than the assault pack. So you got to take load and weight into account. So we've basically got we've got a field pack or an assault pack to start with. I'm going to go with the field pack because I can carry more shit in it. Next one is the vest we can carry, and at the start we get very small amounts of vests. You might not get any at the start. So I'm just going to click on the vest, have a look at the load and weight in the bottom right, and choose the best one for me. Looks like so I can carry the most with the Smursh vest, so I'm going to go with the Smursh vest. So now we're going on to weapons. So I usually start with the default weapon from the rifle. So we're starting with 3 weapons. We've got a shotgun, so you get a rifle, like an Uzi style 45, or a shotgun. I'm going to start with this Uzi type, so I've clicked on that. In the bottom right, it gives you the rate of fire, accuracy, range, the impact and the weight. Compare it with a rifle, low rate of fire, high accuracy, good range, good impact, and the shotgun if you want to get up and close. Now I'm going to choose this weapon for my single shot, for my main weapon. And if you look over in the top right hand corner at the minute, when you left click on that, and it lists the magazines that we can use for it. So what I'm going to do is click once on that magazine. That has put that weapon and one magazine in that weapon for me. Now for the weapon, there's these other icons over at the end: magazines, secondary muzzles, sights, rail attachments, muzzle attachments, and bipods. This is where you can choose what goes on your weapon. So I'm going to click on the magazine. We've only got one magazine. I'm going to click on a secondary muzzle. We don't have any sights, we don't have no rail attachments, we don't have any muzzle attachments, and no bipods, because we're just starting out. So I've basically got one weapon with a magazine loaded. I'm now going to go to the handguns and choose the same handgun. So I've got a Tech 9, it's actually a automatic one. I'm going to choose a 32. You can have the 9mm round or the 45 round in it, I think. No, just the 9mm. So I'm just going to choose the 9mm Tech Mag for the Tech 9. Any attachments we can put on this? No. So I've got that. And for launchers, we basically have one launcher, which is an RPG launcher, but you still have to click on the rocket round. And we've got one rocket in the launcher. It's probably a fire and forget. So if I come out of that, I'll close that, and it will show me what I've got loaded. My weapon 1, first weapon. I switch over to my second weapon, which is my handgun, which is not a handgun, it's a Tech 9. And my third weapon, which is of course the RPG, which is a fire. Once it's gone, fire and forget. It's just a throwaway. So I've got a loadout for myself. I want to replace that RPG though before I save this. So I've now got the RPG on my back, and I want to save this loadout. Okay, so everything I've got here, which is this, my loadout. I'm not carrying any extras at the minute. What I'm showing you, no extras, and I'm half weight. So I've got a submachine gun, a loaded RPG, and a semi-automatic pistol. I've got binoculars, a watch, a compass, and a map, boonie hat, and some shades. That's what I'm carrying right now. I want to save this as a loadout. In fact, I want to see if I've got some armor, some uniform. So I've got the uniform. Got some combat fatigues. You might not get these at the start. What you probably will get is the guerrilla apparel or guerrilla garment. So I'm going to choose guerrilla garment, or the guerrilla uniform. Yeah, guerrilla uniform has a little bit of ballistic load and weight, so that's what I'm going to be looking like starting out. Okay. Now I want to save this as a loadout now. So back into Arsenal. Down the bottom, click on save, and I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call this Malden. Sorry, I'm going to just call this Drago. I should delete all the other ones. So I'll call this Renko Starter Kit and save that. So whenever you die, you come back here to your base. You'll have no armor or weapons on. You come to the arsenal. Open the arsenal. You'd load your starter kit, and that's you kitted out as such. Now, a couple other things you probably need in your kit. So I'm going into the arsenal. Now this is where I'm going to go into my uniform, my vest, and my backpack. Okay, so I want to carry a couple of things in my uniform, maybe a med kit. So I'm going to click on uniform on the left, go over to the right, and go down to miscellaneous items, and I'm going to choose a couple of first aid kits. So I've put 2 first aid kits just in my armour, and it's nearly full already. I'm now going to go to my vest, and I want to carry a few extra magazines. So up to the right, click on the magazines and it shows you I can have 9mm. So I'm going to choose 30, 60, 90 rounds of for me 45 and 128 rounds for me. No, I'll mix that round. My Tech 9 I want about 64. My 45 I want about 150 rounds. RPG rockets, I can't click another one because it's a fire and forget. So that's on my vest. My vest is half full, so I'm going to put a few things in my backpack now. So over to the left again, click on backpack, and I want to carry a few grenades. So I'm going to have 4 frag grenades. Let's have some smoke grenades, a couple of chem lights, 6 chem lights, and anything else that you feel you want to go in your backpack that you can carry, like maybe a few more first aid kits, or a med kit or a tool kit, which are very heavy. If I notice when I click med kit, see the weight of it. So I'm going to carry a med kit and a couple of extra first aid kits, and nothing else. You can carry some explosives if you want, put some IEDs down, but I'm not using them right now at the start. Then I'm going to resave this loadout over my Renko starter kit, save, then close that window. So now I have weapons, 2 first aid kits in my uniform, I've got some mags in my vest, and I've got first aid kits and a med kit, some chem lights, frags and smokes in my field pack, and I'm nearly full weight. Okay, so that's how you do your loadouts. Here ends the lesson. Adios.